Yo, what is up guys? I'm back and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are continuing the Age of the Primes with probably the figure and the character that everyone was excited for. This got people hyped up because it's based off the Dreamwave comics. Now, if you guys haven't read them, they took the design of this character and went nuts, and that is none other than Megatronus, aka the Fallen. And the reason why he's called the Fallen, if you guys don't know the lore, is because he had his prime name stripped. It was stripped from history because he had actually betrayed the Primes and killed Solus Prime. Now, in terms of the figure, first off, leader class was the perfect scaling for him. I'm so grateful that he's the leader class. Second, his figure it's genuinely such an amazing figure. And I'll go ahead and get more into that as we take a look at this figure. So without further ado, let's get going. Alrighty, to begin with, we're going to take a look here at Megatronus Prime's packaging. We have Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13 Megatronus of the Fallen with his very special looking logo. We have him in his robot mode and his tank mode. On the top, we have Megatronus the Fallen. On the side of the box, we do have Megatronus in that really nice artwork. We have Age of the Primes, Megatronus. On the other side of the box, we have three of the Primes being Star Convoy, Megatronus, and Liege Maximo. Till all are one, and then we have he is a leader class. On the back of the box, you do have the obligatory product shot with the robot mode, the tank mode, the Requiem Blaster, another shot of the Requiem Blaster, and yeah, overall, I absolutely love the artwork and the style they're going with for the packaging of the Age of the Primes. It is absolutely incredible. And with all that in mind, here we are with Megatronus the Fallen, done in a very well done dark gray with a little bit of black, gunmetal gray. Those little aspects of purple and yellow really pop on the figure, and it just makes them look that much better. This has honestly got to be one of my favorite in terms of like overall sculpt for the 13 that we've gotten so far. Of course, the back is very cleaned up. Out of all three of the Primes that we've gotten so far, I think this one cleans up the best in terms of making it look like it's actually part of the overall design. It just makes him look good from no matter what angle you're at. Now, his articulation for a leader class is really good. Like, I was genuinely surprised by how much articulation this guy has, even though it's a leader class. So, to begin with, he does have a ball joint at the head, allows him to look up that far, look down that far, as well as left to right. The shoulders are on a full 360. You can bring them out. The rocket piece can move up and down. That's more for the transformation though. This piece can also move a little bit, but that's also more for the transformation. You get a swivel here. You get a bend at the elbow, a little bit past 90 degrees. Wrist swivel. You do actually get opening hands, which is something that I've noticed is more of a thing for the Voyagers and Leaders of the Primes, which is something I'm very happy about. You do have a waist swivel. These pieces can move up. The leg can kick up that far, back that far, and about out to that far. You do get a swivel here. You get a bend at the knee, about going to roughly a little bit past 90 degrees. You get an up and down at the ankle, and you do get a excellent ankle pivot. And with all that, that is the articulation of Megatronus the Fallen. And surprisingly, I think this has got to be the figure that I honestly love posing the most. I know I've said that about many figures, but I think I gotta say this one takes the cake, because this is genuinely an incredible posable figure. Now, you'll notice he doesn't quite look right. Well, that's actually because he comes with a lot of accessories that make him just pop that much more. For starters, you do get what is going to become the barrel of the tank mode, and there is a little piece on the back here. But regarding storage for the robot mode, what I have seen a lot of people do is I've seen them put it right here, and I think it actually does show that on the packaging as well. And I think that just looks amazing. It really does give you those Megatron vibes that, you know, Megatron got the inspiration from Megatronus. Following up with that, we do have the Requiem Blaster, which is his his prime relic. And as you can see, it's done in an incredible purple with that little bit of gray and yellow. It just looks so good. And you do actually get the symbol for Megatronus. And the way you plug this on is there are these two ports right here. I just like to use it on the back one. So you just go ahead and plug it in like so. And it's a big cannon. Like, it is a massive cannon. And in case you're wondering, it is 5mm port compatible. So you can actually give it the look of it actually firing, which I love the fact that it's able to connect with the blast effect pieces. It just it just makes it so much better. Following up with that, you do actually get 2 weapons. You do get this spear, which I think this is based off the Spark Fuser from 2015's Robots in Disguise. If you guys don't know, he did show up in that show. And you do also get a machete, which both of these are done in very well done detailing and paint. And you can do a variety of things with these. You can have them hold them individually, or you can do what I like to do and have them hold them together. Now, if you want, you can just attach them like so. And if you're gonna have him hold it from the machete, you do have to open his hand and go ahead and place it in like so. And that allows you to have him basically have a more unique staff of his, which I genuinely think this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Now you might think, wow, okay, so the Requiem Blaster is absolutely cool, or the weapons are incredible. Those have to be the best accessories of this figure. No. The best accessories from this figure are his flame effects. Now you might be thinking, okay, maybe he just comes with some blast effects, maybe something like that. Nope. He comes with legitimate flame pieces, and there are 4 of them. There are 2 of them go on these ports back here, so you just take these little ones and put them on, like so. And then you take the big ones. And there are ports right here, which you just want to have it angled like this, and they will go on ports back here. So you just go ahead and plug them in, and that allows you to create what is arguably the coolest design I think I've ever seen, and probably the coolest accessory that I've ever seen on a Transformer. Now, to the question that I'm sure everyone has been asking, how does he scale with other figures? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. To begin with, here he is next to the TF1 Optimus Prime and Megatron, so you can see how he compares to those figures. Here he is next to the 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime. And finally, here he is next to the LR2 Prime, so far from Age of the Primes. And I think this was arguably the best lineup of Primes to start with. These 3 are genuinely so incredible together, and you can get so many amazing poses with just the 3 of them that I honestly think that there wouldn't have been any other ones to start off with that would have made more sense. I'm very impressed with how much love they put into these 3 figures, so there you go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's time that we get to the part that I'm sure everyone is probably the most excited about, the transformation. Now, to begin with, we're actually going to take the 2 pieces, being the barrel and the actual Requiem Blaster. We're going to start off by taking the this piece and put it in, and then you want to take the Requiem Blaster, fold it out like so, and this will become the barrel for the tank mode. So that'll come into play later. Now what you want to do, you want to take the hands, you want to bring them out, fold them in, and then close it up. Now what you can do is you can actually fold this piece up like so, and then you can also take the missile pod and fold it down. Now what you want to do is you want to untab the chest and bring it up like so. That will give you clearance to bring this whole chest assembly down and get it out of the way. Now what I like to do is I like to actually bring all this out. It allows me to fold the tank treads up much easier. Now what you want to do, you want to take these treads and fold them out, bring these pieces up, you want to rotate them 180 degrees, and there's a tab that will go into a slot right there. So you just want to align it up until it tabs into place. Do the same for this side until it tabs into place, like so. Then you want to fully bring them up. Next up, what you want to do is you want to take this whole assembly, fold these up. You want to spin this around. I like to spin the head around just for something that'll come into play later. You want to then bring this whole assembly down, like so. And there is a slot here that these tabs will tab into. So you want to do that to both sides. So just line it up until the tabs tab in. And the reason why that I folded the head around is because this does kind of peek out. So in case you do have them in like a forward position, you would just see the head. So it's a little awkward. That's why I like to actually have that. Now what you want to do, you want to take the waist, rotate it 180 degrees. You just want to line it up until they go on the inside of the tank treads. Now what you want to do is you want to take these, the legs, or the knees I should say, rotate them 180 degrees. And then you want to take the legs and bring them up like that. Now at this point, I would recommend taking this piece and fold it as far as it can go. And then you want to take this silver piece here, fold it up, do the same for this side. Then you want to bring this down, fold the foot down, re-tab it back into place, and then there is a slot that will go into this tab, and then there's also a hook that will go on the inside of the foot. So you just want to line all that up like so. Do the same for this side, like so. Then once you've got that, you want to take this whole assembly, and there are these two tabs that will go into these two slots, right here and here. So you just want to bring this whole assembly down right on top of it, and then you want to actually spin them around like this to give clearance to allow this to be plugged in. So just go ahead and line it up like so. Bring it down and just line it up on the other side. Make sure everything is nice and firmly together. And there you go. There is Megatronus Prime in his tank mode. And I gotta admit, this has gotta be one of the coolest tank modes I think I've ever seen. Like, this figure in general it's just blown my mind with how good it is. Everything from the robot mode just works so well into the tank mode, and it just cleans it up so incredibly well. And just seeing all the detailing, like all the spikes, all the different detailing from the robot mode play into effect into the tank mode, it just makes it work so well. And this is genuinely one of the coolest tank modes I've ever seen, especially for the idea of it being like a Cybertronian tank mode. Now for articulation, the tank is actually able to move around, and usually you can move the actual cannon up and down a little bit. However, the arms are kind of stuck in place, so it's a little awkward. Okay. I didn't even know it could do that. But the blast effects do actually work the best in tank mode. I know that most people would say it's the robot mode that they look the best. No, it's definitely the tank mode. As you can see, yeah, that just looks awesome. Now then, in terms of storage, well, what you can do actually with the flame effects, you can take these two ports and plug it in right there, and then you can take the flame effects and put them into these plugs right here. So it almost looks like that the tank mode is like flaming up almost, kind of like what the robot mode does. And I think that's pretty cool. And then you can take the weapons, and basically anywhere with like a 5mm port, you can essentially plug them in. Like, for example, you could throw, maybe not. You can throw the spike or the spear in there, and then we'll take the machete and plug it in there. I don't know. It's weapon storage. There's nothing really else to it. But with that, guys, that is my review of Megatronus the Fallen. So now let me go ahead and get into my more deeper thoughts, and I'll let you guys know my overall thoughts on this figure. And with that, guys, that is my review of Megatronus the Fallen. Now, what are my overall thoughts on him? Pros, the figure holds together so well. Like, his robot mode is super accurate, full of just little details with the painting, sculpting, everything about him just holds together so freaking well. And the articulation is also just on point. It is such an amazing articulated figure, and for that whole blocky type design they went with, for like obviously having like the bulk of the tank mode, it works. The accessories, by far the best accessories. Having the Requiem blaster, the flame effects to recreate poses like that, come on, like that is awesome. And just everything about him just works so well. Transformation, I got a lot of Siege Megatron. Well, yeah, I've actually heard that I don't own the mold, but I have heard people actually refer to that design. But he does have some similarities to the 109 concept Megatron, which you guys don't know. That's one of my favorite Megatron transformations to do from robot to tank. And it just works so well. And the tank mode, so good, so good. My only one problem with the figure is that the tank mode, it doesn't really like to hold at least like the barrel. So the actual barrel of the tank mode, it doesn't really hold its place too often, which can get a little annoying for posing. But other than that, it's an amazing figure. So what is my overall ranking for this figure at a scale of 1 to 10? I have to be honest, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. This is by far the best of the primes. And did they do this prime justice? Do you guys even have to ask? Yes, they did this prime absolute justice, and I'm so happy for that. And with that, guys, that go ahead and marks the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on Megatronus, and what prime are you the most excited for? I am really curious to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day, have a good night, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. This is Optimus endorsing Thundermus Prime. It's prime time.